Now that was some great rugby. New Zealand versus South Africa and Argentina versus Australia. Both of those games happened for the World Rugby Championships, and they were amazing. I'm going to break down why I think both teams that won their respective games. And I'm a rugby player. You know, I'm wearing my rugby jersey right now. It's number 8, but I'm a lock. I'm a big boy, so I'm usually a 5 or 4. But I used to be an 8, and I like this jersey. And it's one of the only clean jerseys that I have right now, so that's why I'm wearing it. I'll put some of my rugby footage right here. But I'm going to start with New Zealand versus South Africa, personally, because that was the game I liked more. They were in Eden Park, and those fans were going crazy. It was like 40,000 or 48,000 fans at Eden Park, and they were like losing their minds. You know, I think it said 51 victories for the All Blacks in Eden Park, because those fans are just, you know, nuts the whole time. And New Zealand was pretty dominant throughout most of the game against the Springboks. Who is it? Narawa, Jordan, and Tupe ended up getting the tries throughout the game. For South Africa, it was Marks and Reinach. I like the game just because it was so physical. Like, it was a violent game. The mauls were violent. The scrums were violent. Even the rucks were violent. Like there was a ruck, I think, when they got a turnover. I think New Zealand got a turnover. Who was that? It was Savei, Artie Savei. I think when they got one of their turnovers, it was just like a super violent ruck. It was like 10 guys in the ruck, and they were just like going after each other. And, you know, he had to stick his hands all the way in order to get the ball out. The scrum half has 6 hands all the way in order to get the ball out. It was a violent game. It was part of the reason why I was into it. There was only one yellow card against Smith, South Africa. He was sent to the sin bin for a cynical breakdown play leading to Tupe's try. Like I said, physical game. This was the 100 test for Artie Sevilla, which sealed the match with a decisive turnover near their own try line late into the game. That was the big decisive, because decisive turnover in the game, and it was pretty great. Springboks had some handling mistakes that's coming from their coach Razi Erasmus. Sorry, I'm not from South Africa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these correctly. Apologies. But he said some handling mistakes hampered their win. And the coach for the All Blacks praised his size, defensive grit. Like I said, it was just a violent game. Those guys were like really hitting each other out there, especially after their earlier loss to Argentina, noting their composure and improved preparation. So guys seemed to be in better shape, and, you know, they were able to go the full 80 minutes. I think it went like 86 minutes in this game. I think it went a little over. Yeah, because Tupe's win was at the 66-minute mark. So they went a little bit over. But I was just a big fan of that game all throughout. And then going into the Australia versus Argentina game, that game was like a little bit more interesting. Argentina's ball handling was crazy, and Australia had to work their way back from a loss. Like, going into the half, it was 21-7 going into the half. And then Sua Ali'i scored 2 tries to get a comeback for Australia, which was really impressive. They got 1 yellow card for Mateo Carreras for Argentina for repeat offside offenses in the 63rd minute of the game, swinging the momentum toward Australia. That helped Australia when he got a yellow card in it and kicked out the game. They definitely took advantage of that. Let's see. Australia, Sua Ali got 2 second half tries, and Bell got a try in the 86th minute of the game. I remember that because they could have drawn the game, right? That was something that the captain was saying. in the post game interview that they could have got a kick and they could have drawn the game, but they were going for that try. They ended up getting the try super late in the game. That was Angus Bell who got the try, and it was physical. I don't know what really happened after the half. I don't know if Argentina, because they were moving fast. They were not. It was not like a physical game. It was a technical game, and it was a game based around speed. And Argentina's ball handling and speed was like super on point compared to Australia's ball handling and speed. And then Australia just came back in the second half with like a vengeance, ready to win. They were playing at Townsville, so they want to win for their team. I think it was like 20,000 fans, so it was like half the amount of fans that were there for New Zealand side. But they were really pushing it, and they were really trying to get the win. They didn't want to draw, they wanted the win. Australia declined opportunities to kick for a draw, instead pushing for the win, and were rewarded with Bell's crashed over in the 86th minute. The home crowd and Harry Wilson's bold captaining were highlighted as key morale and tactical factors, which led to the win for Australia. So that was a great game. Who else? Conversions and penalties. Juan Cruz Malia kicked a penalty in the 77th minute to put Argentina ahead 24-21 before Bell's late try turned the tide. It was a great game. Like I said, I was personally more into the New Zealand versus South Africa game, All Blacks versus Springboks. But that's partially because I'm a forward, so I'm a big guy. I'm going out there smashing dudes. So that's kind of what I look for when I'm watching rugby. I want to see violent games, and I think it was the New Zealand game where it started to rain towards the second half, which whenever it's raining, that affects you a little bit. It affects heat because you're always playing during the day, so it affects you. You're cooling down a little bit, but it also makes the ball slippery, harder to handle. So you have to kind of make adjustments to be able to handle the ball. I don't know if it was like a closed arena or what. It couldn't have been closed because it was raining. But that definitely affects it. Rain definitely affects it. It was just a great game. Both games were great. I'm really loving rugby this season. I love the U20 games that they had earlier in the summer. And now these games, these are the pros. These are the best teams in the world playing for the rugby championships. 15s, it's not 7s. So this is the type of rugby that I love. And I'm in rugby season right now, so being able to watch it and learn from these guys as I'm getting ready to go out to that field, learn from some of their handling maneuvers, learn from some of the, again, they're super physical scrums, super physical mauls, super physical pick and goes, just multiple pick and goes where you just pick the ball up and you just smash it to the two defenders in front of you and you just score. I'm learning a lot from a lot of their rugby tactics, and I'm going to take that into some of my training, some of my practices this upcoming season. So which game did you prefer? Did you prefer the New Zealand versus South Africa, or did you prefer Argentina versus Australia Wallabies? Who are you pulling for this season? I don't really have a rugby team. I guess the All Blacks, is my team if I had to pick one, just because they're the best. I knew about the All Blacks team before I knew about any other rugby team, because they're so notable and they're so known and everybody knows them for being the best. So pulling for the All Blacks. They are the most dominant of all the rugby teams. How could you not pull for them? France isn't there. I'm a big Adam Dupont fan, coming back from the Olympics and watching him play there, and he's so great there. So watching New Zealand versus South Africa is kind of the second closest thing I can get to watching Adam Dupont play. I'm a big fan. One of the Springbok players who I like a lot is Eben Etzebeth. Partially, again, he's a lock, I'm a lock, so I do look to the locks, kind of for what I should be doing out there. And Eben, he's one of the big locks that I know pretty well. Just because, again, he's always getting big tackles. He's always where he's supposed to be. Good ball handling. And just, again, a real physical player. So I like him a lot. But outside of that, who isn't rooting for South Africa and New Zealand? Best teams in the world. Some of the best players in the world, if not the best players in the world. Great game to watch. I really enjoyed it. Again, which teams are you rooting for in the Rugby Championships? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you like the glasses that I'm wearing, Orleans Optics, you know about it. I say it every video. Check the website and go purchase a pair today. And I'll see you on the pitch.